Viewers, let's have a little fun with the hard facts tonight. This show is built on hard facts, viewers. And that's because the hard facts are indisputable and a potent weapon in my armory to call out all those who mess with them. The hard facts, viewers, exposes whataboutery, hypocrisy and duplicity, especially when a politician or an ecosystem type is involved. So naturally, my attention was immediately drawn to statements made by some politicians who are calling upon the public to boycott the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony on various grounds. One of them is Prashant Bhushan, for instance, who says that a good reason for opposition politicians for not responding to the invitation for the consecration on January 22nd is because the official involvement of government and government officials in temple ceremonies goes against our secular constitution. Now, viewers, in theory, Prashant Bhushan is right. But by his logic, politicians of any stripe should never seek blessings from imams who get allowances from the state or attend iftar parties hosted by prime ministers and chief ministers of a particular political persuasion, or even visit temples to offer prayers because most are controlled by the state. Viewers, this is whataboutery. Bhushan invokes the constitution when it suits him. He overlooks it when, viewers, it clearly militates against the point he is trying to make. If Bhushan is guilty of whataboutery, then sample Sharad Pawar. He has said that all the Prime Minister has on the top of his agenda, top of his mind, is cow protection and Gau Mutra. Of course, this nationalist congressman has forgotten that it was Mahatma Gandhi who advocated for cow protection, and it was the Congress that passed a majority of cow protection laws in the states in India. And Mahatma Gandhi himself was following in a tradition, viewers. So who was obsessed with the cow? If Pawar and Bhushan are guilty of selective amnesia, then our next Mandir naysayer, Tejasvi Yadav, the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, the hope, the future hope of the RJD, the scion of the great Yadav political family, is guilty of ignorance. The Bihar Deputy Chief Minister and India Bloc leading light has questioned the need to construct the Ram Mandir. Tejasvi Yadav says that crores spent on constructing the Ram Mandir could have generated jobs and opportunities for millions of people. Listen into him.
हजारों लाखों करोड़ रुपया अगर अयोध्या में खर्च हो रहा है तो उससे कितने लोगों की शिक्षा हो जाती, कितने लोगों का चिकित्सा का व्यवस्था हो जाता, कितने लोगों को आप सैलरी दे पाते, नौकरी दे पाते कि नहीं दे पाते। राम को क्या चाहिए, भगवान को क्या चाहिए कि भाई सब लोग खुश रहे, सुखी रहे, संपन्न रहे, यही ना चाहते भाई। तो सुखी, संपन्न, खुश, तो आपको जब नौकरी मिलेगा, शिक्षा की व्यवस्था होगी, चिकित्सा की व्यवस्था होगी, तभी ना हो पाएगा। बीमार पड़ोगे, अस्पताल जाओगे कि मंदिर जाओगे, पेड़वा कट जाएगा तो मंदिर पंडित जी के दिखाई में जाएगा कि अस्पताल में डॉक्टर जी को दिखाओगे। बताओ आपको क्या चाहिए भाई? भूख लगेगा तो मंदिर जाइएगा।
Viewers, it is always great to see politicians sound morally high-minded. But viewers, Tejasvi is totally unaware of the hard facts. And if not unaware, then perhaps he is deliberately obfuscating. Here are the hard facts. that will set the record straight tonight, viewers. He says that had this money that has gone into the construction of the Ram Mandir been spent elsewhere, we would be creating jobs by the millions. Viewers, has he not seen? Does he not read? Does he not acquaint himself with the facts before he goes out there and makes these comments? Here are some hard facts, and I always bring them to you so you get closer to the truth. There has been an 8 to 10-fold surge in tourist footfall in Ayodhya. This, viewers, is expected to grow. 2.82 lakh tourists visited Ayodhya in 2021. That number jumped to 2.39 crores in 2022, in just 1 year. So from, viewers, 2.8 lakhs to 2.3 crores. Do the math. What percentage is that? Business worth 50,000 crore is to be generated from Mandir-linked products. In fact, viewers, from all sorts of merchandise. 73 new hotels are coming up in Ayodhya, of which 40 are already being built. 500 homes with 2,500 rooms for homestays have been sanctioned for tourists. This means that it's not just the formal economy, but also the residents of Ayodhya who can benefit from the tourist footfall. Property and price rates, land price rates have surged in Ayodhya. That Ayodhya will benefit from an economic windfall is not improbable, as after the corridor came up in Kashi, for example, the holy city is already seeing a spurt in economic activity. The income of Kashi tourism sector workers has increased by 20 to 65%. 34% spike in employment in Kashi tourism sector alone. Income of Kashi hotel owners has jumped by 65%. If it can happen in Kashi within a year, why can't it happen in Ayodhya, viewers? Already Uttar Pradesh has seen the highest number of tourists among all states visiting it as a result of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir conversation, viewers. The hard facts expose the whataboutery, and they prompt a few questions that I will be asking today. Here are some of them. By questioning the need, for example, to build a Ram temple on the Ram Janam Bhoomi, the India bloc displaying contempt for Hindu Aastha? Is this what it is? Does anyone ever mock Muslims and Christians on matters of belief that are intrinsic to their faith? Does anyone get up and say, are you sure that Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem? Or that he was even born on the 25th of December? No one does, viewers, especially not Indian politicians. Will they ask Muslims why their holy figures are thought to have been born in Mecca and Medina, for example, viewers? These questions are never posed. Will any India bloc member dare to ask the Muslim community to build a hospital instead of the world's largest mosque on the 4 acres allotted to them? No, viewers, they won't. And therefore, let us get to our big debate tonight on the hard facts. Is Hindu Aastha second rate for the India bloc? That they can be contemptuous to the point of being discriminatory and insulting of Hindus and their beliefs, viewers? That's the fundamental question. It's coming up on your screens, and right after that, let's hit the debate, viewers, with the panel.
Hello, Moto.
Let me begin this conversation, viewers, with the RJD's national spokesperson tonight. Kanchan Yadav is there with us. Ms. Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav says that, look, there is no benefit from building this Ram temple, and I have just listed certain facts. And these facts are not been plucked out of thin air. The source of one is the CAIT, which I'm sure you are aware of, and the other, viewers, with regards to the report card on Kashi, is the ICICI direct report findings. So, Ms. Yadav, is Mr. Tejasvi Yadav being deliberately, how should one put it, economical with the truth?
Can
I say that?
Our party and our leader have made it clear that Ram is our faith. But we don't do the dirty politics like Bharatiya Janata Party is doing currently, which is related to our God, which is related to our faith, and which is related to our religion. And we are discussing about the real issue, the real concern of the 1.4 billion population of this country. And these real concerns are the good education, the good employment, the good health care, and eradication of the poverty, eradication of the unemployment and inflation. Bharatiya Janata Party knows, they know that they have failed the nation in the 9 and 10 years. That's why they are hiding their shortcomings behind the religion, behind the temple, and behind the faith. And can Bharatiya Janata Party or the PM Narendra Modi ji once again address the nation and inform them when they are going to return the 15 lakh into every people of this country's account from the black money? No, they can't. Can PM Modi inform that when they are going to double the farmer income? Can PM Modi inform the nation when they are going to give
Madam,
10 crore as he pledged?
All these questions you are within your rights to ask. But the debate is not. Okay, 1 second. Ms. Yadav, you are within your rights to ask all these questions, and Ajay Alok will respond to them. But I asked you a very specific question. Tejasvi Yadav has made a very pointed intervention. He says crores have been spent in Ayodhya by the Modi government. Those funds could educate millions, could provide, 1 second, could provide employment to millions. I have just listed some facts. Now, someone could turn around and say, ma'am, and I want to ask you, how much money was siphoned off in the fodder scam? Can you give me a number? Because, no, 1 minute. No, one second.
Personal, this is very personal comment.
How is it a personal comment? Wasn't.
You
but Ms. Yadav, how is it personal? The courts have sentenced Lalu Prasad to jail, convicted
this is very
him.
personal comment. If you are discussing here the Ram Mudda.
I'm asking, you are talking about. Okay. So Ram is not personal to anybody.
Education.
Okay.
And you are going into personal matter. You are going into.
I'm asking you a question.
You are not addressing the real issue of the nation.
Wow, I must have touched a raw nerve. It's really got you worked up. Look, viewers, what is Tejasvi Yadav saying? Tejasvi Yadav is making a very pointed intervention. Don't spend this money, he says, on the construction of the Ram Mandir. This money could have been used better to produce jobs, this, that, the other. Now, Ajay Alok, would you like to quickly respond to Ms. Yadav here on the show?
First of all, your viewers must know that Ram Mandir is being constructed by the donation given by the people of this country, which I guess and I presume somebody from RJD also must have donated. It's not being constructed on the cost of the government's money or the exchequer money. But yes, Tejasvi Yadav has given 7 crores to Masjid in Bihar Sharif for getting reconstructed, which was supposedly damaged in skirmish. Is government allowed to give funds from its own treasury to any temple or to any mosque or to any church? No. According to our constitution, no, but Bihar government has given, it's on record. 7 crores, I don't know why and how come he has managed that. Bihar government is managing it, for which RJD spokesperson won't have any answer. Now let's come across faith. Just for the heck of it, just for appeasement, Tejasvi Yadav has given all these nonsensical comments about Ram Mandir and Ram Temple construction. Because few days back, just 15 days or a month back, the whole Lalu family went to Tirupati in a chartered flight, what they went for, and how much crores was spent on that chartered flight and going for Tirupati? Now this could be personal. This could be personal. Whose money was that? I mean, such bizarre comment just to appease a community, because the fear is that this community, if this Ghavandiya alliance doesn't work, this community will go back to Congress, like what they have done in Telangana and Karnataka. This fear is mongering among NCP, RJD, SP. So they are giving bizarre statements about Ram Mandir. They are giving bizarre statements about Sanatan, that what happens if Muslim goes to Congress in bloc, what will happen to us? This is for their existence, they are criticizing Ram.
Okay.
We all know how much puja part just Lalu Prasad and family does. But what was the need to do this? This was nothing, Rahul. This was pure and pure appeasement politics done to please the community at the cost of our Ram.
So viewers, let me, I'm not making this personal, Dr. Ranganathan. I am only quoting. You see, I quote facts. Economic Times, rupees 950 crore fodder scam. Now, it is strange that we are counting pennies when it comes to construction of the Ram Mandir and saying that, all that money could have been used to create jobs, etc., even though it's a matter of faith. But when we talk about the 950 crore scam, people get irritated. Now that money could have been used for something, could it not have been, Dr. Ranganathan?
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. No, absolutely. And I'd like to make 3 or 4 very, I would think, pertinent points, because it's very important. And it's a very important discussion, because I think Mr. Tejaswi Yadav is not alone in, making these views. These views have been made, in fact, for people who you can say are more educated and, have progressed further their education than Mr. Yadav. And they are, they were part of the government, erstwhile government. They were part of the intelligentsia. They were part of universities. They've been saying this. Have a hospital there, have a school there. Why spend so much money? So I want to make 3 points here. And whatever points I make, let me reiterate that these are known, in fact, to people from, who are in 10th class. So I can very well commiserate with Mr. Tejaswi Yadav that he would know this, because he's not 10th class pass, he's 9th class pass. So he would know these points. Number 1, as far as spending money on Ram Temple is concerned, even though the BJP spokesperson, Dr. Saab, has already clarified that this is because of donations of common Indians, according to me, the government should have made this temple, because it is the government that has leased billions over the last 70 years from Hindus, tax-paying Hindus, from the Hindu temples. So it was the onus. The onus for building this grand temple was actually on the government. That would have spent but a fraction of the Hindu money that it has taken from Hindu temples and Hindu lands. Number 1. So nobody should say that government is spending any money on making this temple. Number 2. Why does Mr. Tejaswi Yadav not cite the statistics that every year 2 lakh people go on from India, 2 lakh people or 1.9 lakh people go on Hajj pilgrimage. And I have just been to the Hajj site. It costs one person going to Hajj 4 lakh rupees. Do the calculations. It's in thousands of crores. I would like Mr. Tejaswi Yadav or at least the RJD spokesperson to say, why waste money, go to Hajj? Allah to aapke man mein hai. All that tens of thousands of crores can be spent on education, on the education of Muslim children. वो कहने की हिम्मत है इनकी. This is the problem. This is nothing but Hindu misia. It is not just Hindu phobia anymore. It is hatred for Hinduism. And it is not just ignorance, because these people know the fact, they are government. They would know these facts. But they keep on reiterating it. Nothing else can explain this except virulent Hindu hatred.
Kanchana Yadav, would you quite quickly respond to Dr. Ranganathan on that pointed question?
Actually, BJP have nothing else except the Ram temple to discuss about.
See, I'm asking you a specific question. You're saying don't spend money on the temple.
They are linking and tying up. Let me.
Will you tell the Muslims not to build? No, hang on. Will you tell the Muslims not to bring a? No, I'm asking you.
Incident happened in the Banaras Hindu University. One girl was gang raped by who?
वो अलग बात है, madam. It's a very unfortunate thing. It is a very unfortunate thing, but it's a different issue. We can discuss that issue. Are there no violations taking place in Bihar? Under your rule, should I note the numbers of rape cases?
Of course,
No, are we going to are we going to discuss extraneous issues? We can have that debate. It's a very unfortunate thing. देखिए, what about की तो सीमा नहीं रही.
Just 10 seconds, Rahul.
Yeah. Let me bring in Waris Pathan also. Yes, very quickly, doctor. Yes, madam. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. You know, raising volume, making a lot of noise doesn't bring clarity. It brings. No, I'm only asking you a question, ma'am. You're not answering my question. What am I supposed to do?
Kanchana ji.
Create the narrative.
Right.
Kanchana ji, I did not
What
interrupt.
narrative am I creating? Someone believes that Ram was born at a particular space. That space has been allotted by the Supreme Court. For what? The construction of a Ram Mandir, because it is a personal belief to the Hindu community. And you are saying I'm creating a narrative. Do the Hindus have no rights in this country? If they have no rights, ma'am, I submit to your charge that I'm creating a narrative. Let the Hindus go to hell. Fair enough. Ma'am, you are right. Let all Hindus go to hell. It doesn't matter. You are absolutely right. They can go to Medina and Mecca and pray there. Forget about in India. Why should we have a temple in India for any Hindu? Bring them all down. It's okay. Great. Fantastic. Okay. Dr. Ranganathan.
Yes.
Good point, madam. Solid point. Yes.
Kanchana ji, please allow me. Kanchana ji, I had said in the beginning, I didn't interrupt you, Kanchana ji. Thank you very much. Rahul, I said I'll make 3 points. I was allowed only 2 points to make. So I want to make the third quick point. The first one, if you remember, was the fact that India, despite being so-called secular, is controlling Hindu temples and Hindu money. So it is within its right, the government or the Hindus, to say government should spend money on Hindu temple. Number 2, I took the example of Hajj. When tens of thousands of crores are spent on Hajj pilgrimage, all that money, according to Tejaswi's logic, could be. And the third point, important point, Rahul, every year there are only 10 million foreign tourists, and yet the religious tourists, number of religious tourists in India is 1500 million. 1500, more than the population of India, because many Indians make multiple religious trips. Can you imagine the economy? Tens of lakhs of crores are earned by ordinary Indians because of religious tourism.
Yeah, but if you go by the logic of the RJD, why should they be doing this? Mandir jane ki zarurat kya hai? Don't go to the mandirs. Yes, let me bring in Waris Pathan Sahab. Waris Pathan Sahab, look, where do you come in on this debate? I would think that tonight you should call out these charlatans like the Congress, etc., who are creating these, I don't know, false narratives by suggesting that Indians, especially Hindus, don't deserve a Ram temple. Do you think, A, that is the case? And number 2, if you don't believe they deserve a Hindu Ram temple, then, sir, why is the Muslim community, the Muslim petitioners, using that land that has been given to them as a grant in compensation to build a mosque? They should also build the world's largest hospital, not the world's largest mosque. Pathan Sahab.
Well, good evening, Rahul.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to my fellow panelists. Rahul, I will make 2-3 quick points here. The first foremost thing is that who used derogatory remarks or derogatory words against Lord Ram? Who insulted the Sanatan Dharma? Who insulted the faith of the Hindus? To name a few, they are Stalin, Swami Prasad Maurya, Jitendra Awad, Tejaswi and his likes. What steps has the BJP taken to see to it that they are sent to jail or FIR is registered against them? No action, because the BJP wants to polarize the situation by using such kind of statements. Coming back, has any Indian Muslim of late used any such kind of derogatory words or remarks against Lord Ram or against the Sanatan
Yes,
Dharma?
sir.
No. That's why I say, that's why I say of late. Please, the Dr. Sahab, this is not, allow me to make my point. Of late. So that's why I say, why to create a hatred between two communities? The BJP just wants to do that to polarize the situation because they are lost on the entire development program. Second point which I want to ask the BJP spokesperson, and my good friend Anand would like to highlight on that, I will be willing to accept that. So the entire issue started with Ram Murti emerging during that time. December रात को अचानक से मूर्ति प्रकट हो गए, the namaz stop हो गया, then the matter went to the court. After the court's verdict, you just before that you demolish our Babri Masjid. Now you are making a temple. Now the nation is asking a simple question: where is the Ram Lalla's Murti that emerged that time? why that Murti is not being placed now in the new Ram temple which is built, or what is the position, whether there was a Murti or no? You have to answer this question to the nation, because so many people are calling me and asking me, the Waris bhai, you are sitting on the channel, ask this question to the BJP spokesperson. Third thing, why I said the BJP is trying to polarize and making a religious function into a political event. Puri Shankaracharya is a senior man, he's a god man, lots of people, he's got crores of followers. He said that he won't be going for the Pran Pratishtha at Ayodhya because Narendra Modi will be going there. Modi will be performing the Pran Pratishtha. And what will they do? Clap sitting there. He said Modi is bringing politics into religion. That is why he is boycotting. Second thing, the Pran Pratishtha thing which will be performed there, BJP's own senior leaders, Subramanian Swamy also tweeted and said that Modi cannot attend the Pran Pratishtha because that has to be done as per the Hindu tradition, and which requires a couple. A single person cannot go and do that. So why are you naming the Muslims? The Muslims are peace-loving citizens of the country. We respect everybody's religion. But the BJP does not want. They want to humiliate the Muslims. Now what action have you taken against Swami Prasad Mauria? Had in place of him, Waris Pathan would have been there by now. FIR would have been lodged against me and I would have been sent to jail. But everybody is silent. The BJP is silent. A single word. They want to create a
quick
matter
two
of
responses. Dr. Ranganathan and then Ajay Alok. Dr. Ranganathan, yes.
Yes, good evening to my elder brother Waris Pathan Saab, who claimed, and challenged you by saying, Rahul, name one Muslim who has said anything derogatory against Islam, just one Muslim. So let me just quote here verbatim, and I won't name the Muslim. Waris Pathan Saab, I'm sure, would interrupt me and name that Muslim.
Off late.
ही कह रहा हूँ 70
I am talking about now. Don't go years back. In this situation where such kind of words are being used by the so-called I.N.D.I.A alliance people, I want to ask you, show me a single word spoken against Lord Ram.
अभी तो मैं शुरू नहीं हुआ, अभी से घबराना शुरू कर दिया, ऐसे बात सुन लीजिए, बात सुन.
Your 30 seconds will be 10 minutes, sir.
सुनने की क्षमता रखिए. वारिस पठान साहब, quote, when Lord Sri Rama was born 9 lakh years ago, we even forget the incidents that happened 8 to 10 years ago, but they are stating the incidents of 9 lakh years. During his judgment on Babri Masjid, the honorable judge stated that Rama was born in Ayodhya 9 lakh years ago, where Ram's mother Kaushalya belongs to, where she had given birth to Ram in Ayodhya. As per the Hindu customs, a woman gives birth to her first child at her mother's house. In Haryana, there is a town called Kaushalyapuram. The people of that town believe Lord Ram was born there. This is my question. How many places did Ram's mother go to and where she had given birth to Ram? Here, there, कहाँ? अब ये नाम मैं बताऊं वारिस पठान साहब, ये किसने कहा कि आप बताएंगे? बता दीजिए.
I said off late. I said on January 22 when the function is going to take place. Has any Muslim said anything about that? Kindly name that Muslim person. But
have you heard of a gentleman called? No, have you heard of a gentleman from the Samajwadi Party, a sitting member of Parliament called Mr. Burke? आपने उनके comments पढ़े हैं?
सुना.
जरा आप गूगल कर लीजिए, आप फिर देख लेंगे मैं किसकी क्या बात कर रहा हूं. So let's not be so blind to the hard facts. I just want to bring in Mr. Ajay Alok. Ajay Alok, how do you respond to that direct question? This is being politicized. This is really a consecration of a BJP political narrative.
First of all, Waris bhai is a friend, but he has no right to interfere in my religion and to ask about all those, where is the murti and where is murti kept, because I don't ask him how he performs his waju and how he performs his namaz. So better if you don't interfere in our religious things, that will be better, I think, for everyone. Now for your query, because you have been getting so many phone calls, where is the older murti? Let me tell you, the older murti, they are called Utsav Murti, and they are kept in the same temple. It's just that on Utsav they will be viewable for public, and the newer Murti is called Achal Murti, which will be available for public every day. Now I hope you can tell your friends, call your friends and tell them that the old Murti, which is called as Utsav Murti, will be kept in the temple premises only, but available to public only on Utsav days. I hope you will not raise this question again, because this hurts the sentiments. Because those Murtis were the foundation of this Ram temple. That what you saying कि हमारी मस्जिद छीन ली गई, मस्जिद था कहाँ वहाँ? It was a dhacha, it was not a masjid. It was a dhacha. And you can make a masjid anytime. You have broken so many masjids. I mean, every day we see in every country, every Islamic country, that if you want to demolish the masjid, you can demolish it, make it new or somewhere else. Nobody questions that. Who gave you right to question on our religious sentiments? And you have been doing this quite frequently for the last few days on the TV. And then you say who's saying about Hindus, about this occasion of for 22nd January. You yourself are doing this.
Right,
and right now you have done it by asking questions about murtis.
The same
you are not supposed to do this.
Given you a
Please
right
don't.
to make your point in the same.
No, please don't. You don't have any rights to interfere in my religion and to ask questions from me or from anyone. You better stay in your limits. That is very, very important. You better stay in your limits.
Okay, gentlemen.
Right now, I.N.D.I.A has given you an example.
Gentlemen, just 1 second. Yes, the Constitution has given us rights, but let me ask you, and let me bring back Dr. Ranganathan on this point. Dr. Ranganathan, let me put the hot potato in your mouth. You see, if the Constitution gives us the right to ask questions, especially of a religious nature, then how is it when some people ask questions of a particular faith, they are threatened with sartan se juda? Can you explain this to me, and what question do you think you would like to ask and would like the freedom guaranteed under the Constitution to ask? Because when Salman Rushdie asked some questions, or another writer asked some questions in a book called Lajja, she was beaten up by MIM people. You know this, but anyhow. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And in fact, that was the first time Waris Pathan Saab shipped biryani to me, because he was alleging that I was wrong and he was proven wrong. But, it is his grace that, he actually couriered the biryani, because he lost that debate. No. But Rahul, I don't want to spell it out, because quite honestly, next time I am on your show, it will be just my that would be visible. My torso would not be there. So it'll be very odd for the viewers to just see my head, talking. So I don't want to say this, but you know it as much as I do.
Yes. So
what was said 2 years ago by a BJP spokesperson was actually, consecrated in religious scriptures. But nobody had the guts. The government did not. The Supreme Court did not. The so-called fact checkers did not. Nobody had the guts to say that.
Yeah.
Except a few people. You did, I did, so many others did, but nobody did it. Even Waris Pathan Saab, I call him elder brother, he didn't have the guts. He had the guts to chant Ganpati Pappa Boria, for which he had to apologize.
He had to apologize. I was about to say that.
Yes.
So,
that is the problem in our country. We have selective secularism. You can say anything against Hindus, but the moment you even quote the Muslim scriptures, you are termed Islamophobic and your head is on the block.
You see, viewers, here you have people, and I'll give you an example. Like for like, there was an individual who wanted certain amendments made, certain retractions in the Holy Book. You have on the other side RJD and JDU leaders who say, "Bhai, Ramcharitra Manas se ye nikal lo, wo nikal do, side pe kar do," and people listen to them. But that one Muslim leader had to become a Hindu, viewers, because when he said that there were certain inscriptions that need to be removed. You see, so this is not selective secularism. I disagree with Dr. Ranganathan. This is discriminatory secularism, viewers. Discriminatory to the point of being completely contemptuous of one faith. You just heard one person saying, why do we need a temple? All Hindus go to hospitals. Go pray there. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, I'll wind this up. I need to move on. Yes.
Yes. It might be quite funny that I have just escaped conviction in a contempt of court case. I might get another one. But the fact of the matter is, the Supreme Court actually blamed Nupur Sharma for the heading of the Mr. Kanhaiya Lal, the tailor.
Yes.
It said Nupur Sharma is responsible for it. It is
discriminatory. Viewers, coming back to that point, discriminatory secularism. Discriminatory. One person stands up and says, look, why are we wasting money? Well, think about it, viewers. Think about it. Ask your governments what they do with all the funds that they take from all the donations at temples.